Yo, what is up? It's me, Monkey D. Tyrell, and today we're gonna talk about what if Tanjiro would had Breath of Dragon Part 1. I hope you guys enjoy. Unlike in the original universe, Tanjiro's family didn't sow coal. They sold flint, a special type of flint. This flint had the properties of a Nichiren blade. You see, the flint in this special mountain actually could collect sunlight. Because of this, Tanjo's family was pretty much seen as a very lucky one, as demons never came around them. Because of this special type of flint, in fact, the Demon Slayer Corporation would actually hire them to pay, give them flint throughout the year. Because another property of this flint is that unlike normal flint and steel, when they collide, it would cause sparks. Because of the collected sunlight, when flint and steel this time collided, flames would emerge. But there was one problem. You see, Tanjiro's family lived high in the mountains where the flint can gather the most sunlight, and it was nearly a mile walk down. Tanjiro's father used to do the mile walk, but he has been sick lately. Therefore, Tanjiro had to learn how to run down there and back up within a day, which was extremely hard for him at first. But his father would teach him a special breathing technique. Tanjiro, throughout the years, would adapt this breathing technique to suit him best, unknowingly creating a new breath style. You see, Tanjiro realized a certain breathing technique and certain movements helped him burst down the mountain and up. The movements were more of a zigzag, the dragon step. Unknown to Tanjiro, he was also getting stronger as he walked down and up with a bunch of flint in a basket. Eventually, years later, Tanjiro's father would die, and sadly, Tanjiro would have to bury his own father in the backyard. Around this time, it was October 13th. Tanjiro walked by a black cat, thinking he'd be lucky. He would walk up the mountain as he was tired, and somehow, some way, Tanjiro's family was slaughtered. Tanjiro would look around, looking at his dead relatives, blood everywhere. And unlike in the original universe, Nezuko was not gifted the power of a demon. She, too, died. Tanjiro looked around to see if anyone stole any flint. Nothing. This was a cold murder for seemingly no reason. Maybe a competitive seller. Yet, Tanjiro knew almost everybody liked his family. It made no sense. The Demon Slayer headquarters was notified immediately, and Tanjiro was taken in. Because of this, Tanjiro actually was taught how to properly breathe, quote unquote, and was taught the way of the sword. At first, he was taught flame breathing, but Rengoku recommended that Tanjiro would be on his own. After 2 years, Tanjiro is now 16 years old. Tanjiro would spend another 2 years trying to perfect his own breath style. You see, Tanjiro figured if a Nichiren blade and the flint from his family collided, what could possibly happen as they both collected sunlight? Tanjiro spent hours, no, months even, trying to create the perfect Nichiren blade and the perfect Nichiren sheath. Basically, the thing that holds the blade. You see, Tanjiro's sheath was a lot different than any other demon slayer, which made his breath style even more dangerous. The sheath from the inside was coated in a, let's just call it Nichiren flint. See, it was coated in Nichiren flint. When a Nichiren blade and Nichiren flint collide normally, unlike sparks that normally happen if a normal steel and flint, no, it created solar colored flames, pure flames of the sun. And Tanjiro was now 18 years old, making him a lot older than he did setting out on his original adventure. Tanjiro wanted to figure out who killed his family, but it was more dimmed down, as you could say. The reason for this was Rengoku. Rengoku taught Tanjiro one lesson that he could never forget. If a person is consumed by revenge, are they more different than a demon? Or could they even be considered a human? Tanjiro shall not let his anger consume him, because all anger does is create wrong decisions. In a battle, if you let anger consume you, you make mistakes. Tanjiro adopted a motto: eat well, sleep well, live well, and let revenge take its course naturally. Tanjiro is now a demon slayer at age 18, with his new demon slaying style, a new breath style, Breath of the Dragon. Tanjiro created nearly 14 different forms, just to complement his own blade. But I won't go over them here. About a little bit later. Tanjiro first set out on his mission. He came across a village. It was during the day, so he didn't really have a lot to do. But all he could do was help out the people. The village smelled like cherry blossoms, and Tanjiro felt welcomed, warmed. Little did Tanjiro know, the demon already had him in his trap. You see, Tanjiro realized more as the night came. The people were acting weirdly. Their movements weren't as fluid as a human should. It was almost like they were being controlled by a puppet, like they were all marionettes. Eventually, the smell of a demon came, but it wasn't like a normal scent, because it was all over the place. When Tanjiro closed his eyes and sniffed the air, he saw string come from every person's body, on every limb. But because of the amount of string, he couldn't pinpoint the original location. Tanjiro realized he was in a trap, and he could only do the one thing he could. He began to cut. He cut string by string, which took hours, and seemingly the string kept on going back to a person after he cut it. Tanjiro thought that it was all useless until the demon finally showed himself. Tanjiro would recognize the demon's name as he saw a number in its eye. It was the new lower 6. After a few years ago, the old lower 6 was killed by a yellowed-haired individual. Tanjiro would refer to this demon as the string demon. How original. And the string demon did introduce himself and told Tanjiro his name. You must be the demon slayer sent to kill me. How weak. All of your cuts were pointless. It was like you had no motive behind any of it. I am Moji Ritsu. That's what I wrote down. Moji Ritsu. My blood demon art is string. I can manipulate anyone and everything. You already fell into my trap. Goodbye. Then Tanjiro could smell a large amount of string heading straight for his face. So Tanjiro used his first form of the breath of dragon, Dragon's Blaze. I'll describe it now. When the user draws their sword, when Tanjiro draws his sword, he would do a quick slash to the ground, and because of the Nichiren flint, flame would come out of the sword, and hitting anything within its radius, which allowed Tanjiro to burn away the string. The string demon, Mojiritsu, who was taken aback by this. That's nothing I've ever seen before. Is that a new breathing technique you humans use? He would then relentlessly slash at Tanjiro. But Tanjiro would dodge as he whispered to himself, Sixth form, wings of despair. He would leap towards a building and flip in mid-air, drawing his sword, slashing at the string demon's head. Luckily, the string demon was able to collect enough string to be thick enough so Tanjiro couldn't. After that, Tanjiro would use the string as a platform to bounce off to recollect himself, as he would then charge at the string demon. He would then say, Fifth form, rigid spines. He would leap at the opponent, or leap at the string demon, and stab the arm of the string demon. He would then jump back and aim for the head once again. This time, around half of the neck was cut before the string demon could dodge. Tanjiro was pretty much toying with the string demon, as he would then whisper, Second form, smoky abyss. He would dart around the string demon, which made the string demon have an illusion of thick smoke. This was based off the Mist Hashira's own techniques. Tanjiro wore long clothing, so it made it harder because of his own speed for him to see. He would then directly charge at the string demon's head and cut off the neck. The string demon would look at Tanjiro. This is impossible. You're telling me a demon slayer could kill before his death? Tanjiro would look at the demon and he would just whisper, All I feel is pity. He would continue on his journey. But before that, a villager who saw the event would stop Tanjiro. Please, rest. It's the least you can do. That damn demon, what he did to my wife, my kids. The least I can do is repay you with food, or a spot to rest at least. But Tanjiro would simply just put a finger on his mouth, his own mouth, by the way, as he would then say, Shh. He would point at a nearby child sleeping, finally being able to rest, as Tanjiro would just wave at the man as he walked away. You can only thank me by trying to protect your own village. He would continue on his journey, and that it will be the end of What If Tanjiro Was a Demon. I did this mainly at the top of my head because I didn't write anything. I've been having writer's block, and I just figured, what the heck, I'll just do it from the dome. I hope you guys enjoyed, and subscribe. We're almost have like 500, bro. That's gonna be crazy. Sorry, I've been like gone for 2 weeks. Got a lot of stuff to do. Well, bye. Whew.